Hello and welcome to episode 18 of the Youth Intake Challenge. It's Youth Intake Day. I've inadvertently seen it because it popped up in the email box, and this might be the best one yet, so stay tuned. Quick update on progress where we are before we get into the Youth Intake then. We're 19th, we're just outside the railway, we're about 6 points clear. So I'm thinking we're probably going to be just about safe. We have got some tricky fixtures coming up. The schedule doesn't look pretty. We did have a good January. We tapered off in February. We've had a bit of a stinky March, for want of a better term. Although bizarrely, we are in the FA Trophy semi-final. We somehow managed to turn it on for the cup games. So that's something to look forward to within the last little run-in. We just need to win one or two of our league games maybe. That'll get us over the line. In terms of the squad, largely looking good, similar to what we had last time. Two really good players in Spence and Atienza. Lots of good upcoming players. Carl Peterson now hitting 3.5 stars. Dimitri Addis, Wadrago, Cockings, all hitting 3 stars. So lots of high potential players in there. The only bits of bad news, I suppose, to talk about is contracts. So because we're part-time, we can't really renew some of the contracts that we want to, like Atienza, and as an example here when we go to contracts. And then to contract negotiations, he doesn't want to because the negotiations of his new contract won't be as good as his existing contract. That's all due to part-time, full-time. So we haven't been able to sign him on. It's going to expire soon. We have had a number of bids come in from him. We did get a bid gusting up towards 250,000, which is why his value's changed to go so high. And it's kind of a stick or twist. I keep going to the board and asking to go professional. I want him to stay, but I think we're going to be resigned to the fact that Atienza is going to slip through our fingers, much like Oscar Allen did. He's not forcing the move, but I don't really want to lose him for free. So we'll see where that one goes. A couple of other players in there, Dracos, Cartwright, Gilder as well. They're up for the chop. And then when you factor in some of the other squads like the under-18s, there's a few in there. I mean, I'd like to keep McHugh because his potential. Alex Moody, another one. Maybe Russell and Griffin, depending on how we evaluate the new youth intake that comes through, which is looking pretty special. That's kind of where we are with that. In terms of the finances, still not looking pretty. We're miles better off than where we were. The new stadium's going to be built in June, which should hopefully put us on an upward trajectory after that, which will be brilliant. And it's certainly looking towards next season. I'm hoping we get to go professional again. That's all the kind of boring stuff out of the way. What everyone wants to see is the youth intake. So without further ado, let's get into it. And as you can see, elite talent-wise, we're quite flush for that. I think it was 4, 5, 6, 9 elite talents, and a part of this is because I think it feels a little bit sorry for us in terms of where the players are going and how rough the season's been, but we'll get through them all. We'll have a look at and we'll evaluate who we're keeping. Probably as a snapshot, everyone apart from David Neville, unfortunately, is probably going to stay, but we'll have a look at him anyway. 186 centimetre tall centre back. We do need centre backs because it's one of the areas we're struggling in. He actually doesn't look that bad. He's got no traits. Balanced personality. So actually this might be one of them ones where we take them all, because I think having some flexibility in the back line. His tackling's good. Position of marking's a little bit wayward. Depending on what else we get in the intake, we might snaffle him up. Outside of David Neville, we've got Harley P, a ball-winning midfielder, although his strongest position is a centre-back. So this could be enthusiastic centre-back, balanced personality, 182 centimetres, teamwork, work rate, tackling. Let's put him in that centre. I mean, yeah. It's a shame he's not using them two stats in that centre bit, but he's got a bit of jumping reach as well. So actually, as a centre-back, Harley Purdy is looking like he's going to be a pretty good player, and two quite good personalities as well. So far so good. Two centre halves. We've got Ryan Jones now, a poacher up top, Welsh lad, young striker. Not bad stats wise. I know they're only white because they're in the 10s, but double figures is good in terms of his physical. He's only 15. Again, he's not going to be someone knocking on the door first team straight away, but certainly as a development player, yeah, he's looking like he could be a bit handy. No traits, another balanced personality. So Ryan Jones, another one that's looking pretty good. Matt King, a winger, can play either side. Again, really useful in terms of his squad player. And he's got some pace and acceleration as well. Another balanced personality. We've done quite well with the personalities this time. Balanced. I know it's not the best ones in terms of professional, etc., but it's not a bad one. So again, no traits, good work rate. Only 15. So Matt King and the flexibility to play either side. Yeah, I think he's another really good one. I mean, if this is the worst of the players. Next, we've got a right winger, plays flat right mid, not in the advanced position, which is Richard Bignall, which isn't quite what we normally want. But he's got the professional personality, he's got good technique. Pace-wise, he's all right. Crossing and dribbling, he's not too bad. So actually, although he's unconvincing up there, we might be able to adapt him and get him to fit into the squad. So Richard Bignall at 15, another really good one. We're going to have a clear out of some of the players that have been around a while. I've got after Bignall, Peter Ganon, another right midfielder. So another winger, already currently 2 stars. As an immediate look, he looks really good. He's low determination though, which might be a bit of a problem. Runs with the ball down the right, so teamwork, vision, technique, first touch. So he's more of a, like, he's sitting in that playmaker role, not particularly pacey. He's a bit of a opposite Jake Gilder, really, which might be useful. Peter Gannon. Again, I think his technical stats are miles better than some of the other players that come through the youth intake. So already at a 2-star, he might well get into the first team squad quite quickly. Next, got a left back, Yusuf Parkin. Again, competition for Cockins and Drakos. Yeah, unambitious, good work rate and teamwork. That's been a bit of a theme through this intake. Teamwork and work rate. Good high potential. More of a wing back, but again, probably won't touch the first team squad in its current iteration. But I think a couple of years time, he might come through, and that's something we'll talk about afterwards. Is the original generation and how they're getting on. Next, we've got a left winger, but he's more of a flat midfielder, Emanuel Adig 2-star already. What have we got? Again, pace and acceleration is good. Young winger, tries to play way out of trouble. So I mean, I don't know if that's a good or a bad one. I don't think it's too bad, but the rest of his stats a little bit lackluster. Only 16 though. Again, 2-star current ability. I don't think he's going to get in on the left-hand side ahead of Gilder and Dimitriadis, and even Dean Spence. So he'll be into the reserves, but again, we might see him in the future. Oh, James Brown! Wow. Let's see. We've got a right winger here, defensive winger, 2-star, up to 4.5-star ability. Good work rate. Young winger, balanced. Arrives late in the opponent's area, so he might be a bit of a goal scorer. What's his finishing for though? Bit of a problem. Good physicals though, off the ball good, technique good, a little bit of flair. Yeah, I think we like him. But again, we've been looking for a natural successor to Amoako on the right hand side because he's never lived up to his potential. So that gives Adigbite a little bit of chance and Brown to get in on that right hand side. Next, we've got David Dumbaya from Sierra Leone, advanced midfield playmaker. So if we do change formation into this slightly advanced role, mentally, I mean, that looks really good in terms of a creative player. Not too great on the physical. Comes deep to get the ball, looks for pass rather than attempting to score. So a good little interlinking player up there. Unambitious, left-footed, quite short. But if we are going to change the tactic, and we have been playing about with putting an attacking midfielder in there, David Dumbaya might be that creative link we need in there. So he looks quite a nice little prospect. Getting up towards the top of the list now, Gabriel Horny, another left back, 1.5-star current ability from Slovakia. Not as good as some of the others in terms of the physical, unambitious, 195 centimetres, big tall lad. Positioning, marking, tackling, all right. So as a defensive fullback, looking pretty good. Not particularly pacey, but if he's not pushing too far forward in a defensive role, again, he might be all right. And if we're looking to defend a game here or there, especially when we're down near the bottom of the table, he might be one for the future. After Horny, we've got Adi McAvoy, a central defender. Let's hope he's good. So he's tall, 188. Jumping reach 14, fairly professional. Tackling position not too bad. Heading's alright. Determined work rate's not terrible. Brave and aggressive. So actually, he could kind of be a natural successor to Lolo Atienza if he disappeared. So Adi McAvoy as a partner, hopefully, to Atienza. I'm still hoping we can keep him. He looks like potentially one of the better of the bunch for getting into the team quite quickly. Next, we've got Michael Carman, central midfielder, up to 5-star potential. Snapshot again looks pretty good. Driven personality, pretty good physicals, determined, work weight, teamwork and technique looking good. Passing's good, off the ball's good, decision making's good. He's more of a central midfielder attacking, so again, it's something different to the normal kind of advanced playmaker and deep line playmaker we tend to generally get. So again, a natural central midfielder would fit well into the squad. Next, another one he's down is an attacking left wide target forward, but he's more of a central midfielder, is Lukekhet. Young midfielder, temperamental, alright physicals, a little bit better in terms of mental, brave and aggressive. So maybe he's actually like a ball winning midfielder or something. I'm not sure what's his tackling like. Not particularly great. A bit of an odd one that. Maybe a ball winner. I mean, we'll have to see how he develops in the youth team for a couple of years, but he's not naturally jumping out. I thought I was excited for another centre back there, but he's a right back naturally, unless his stats say otherwise. But 187 centimetres, good work rate, good jump in reach, brave. It's got him down as a no-nonsense centre-back there, but no-nonsense full-back. I mean, his position of marking is not particularly great. Neither is his heading, so maybe he is a full-back. Lewis Cato, another one with a 5-star potential, so we'll snap him up. And then the last one, which is apparently the cream of the crop, Rakish Borrowdale, goalkeeper. We always seem to get a really good goalkeeper. I don't know if our youth recruiter is a natural goalkeeper or something, but 181, so not particularly tall, but some fairly good. So good reflexes, good position, concentration, kicking, good agility. Command of the area is a bit low, but again, he'll be competition for Fredericks in the number 1 spot. So yeah, so far good intake. We'll snap them up. We'll probably have to redo the squad planner with the new players integrated into it once they've all been signed. But yeah, I think that's probably been the best intake we've got so far. We've just got to get to the last games of the season. We'll probably leave it there. I'll come back to you with an extra episode once we played the final 6 games. If we do somehow make it to the cup final, I'll try and include that match as well. We'll do a new squad planner, and then we'll see how the season review went and plans for next season. So lots to unpack in the next episode. It's been good. I'm excited that I think we're probably going to escape the drop. Until next time, take care, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you soon.